Hello, it's us. We don't know what we're gonna. Fucking hell. We don't know what we're gonna talk about in this video. We're gonna freestyle like these rappers do, I think. I apologise, I couldn't get my words out. Sometimes my brain works that fast, everything comes out in a hiddle piddle. See the trees cracked then?
Yeah.
See, a leaf just fell then. Autumn's coming. So, you can see a plume. Never see them plumes of smoke. That's quite fucking good, that.
Swirling up.
Look at that, amazing. We're in nature. Yeah, we've been doing these videos for a while now and covered a range of topics. If there's anything you'd like us to talk about,
something sensible.
Yeah, you do get some fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like a member of my family said, pink flavoured condoms, and then some other knobber said shit in buckets, and it just makes you so fucking angry.
Yeah.
You know, if you have anything sensible, it doesn't have to be dead sensible. We're not Panorama. Just put a message under this video, or message us through the Facebook page, Fireside Thoughts. You know, it's just a bit of fun. This we're quite surprised that people watch us. Be honest with you.
Stick with us. Actually.
Yeah. Any thoughts, Mr. H?
Oh, here's one I'd like. We all hear about the Bilderberg group, don't we, and the Illuminati and all that. How do you join it? Is a good question. How do people join it? Do you think? What? You know, I mean, we know with the Masonic lodges and that that they actually come and they'll actually, you know, try and get you to join.
Yeah. Apparently.
What's your what do you need to have to?
So if you want to be one of the top boys, you're born into it, and that the top. Saying there is 13 families that rule the world, but obviously you're born into a bloodline of royalty. Like royalty have this fucking notion that they have a God-given right to rule us. When you think about it, I think Tony Benn said the people who rule us are just fucking thieves.
Yeah.
Who at one point stole the land, gave themselves titles. They weren't well, the initial first family who came weren't fucking kings. There were people who fucking climbed up over people.
Well, and back in them days, there were good days, because if you could just raise a bigger army, you could just go in and fuck him off and say, I'm king now.
Well, that's it. That's what's what happened to us now. We have all these fuckers. The earth. We were all born free to roam and spend our existence on this fucking plane, so to speak. But people have decided they rule us, and we have to live by their rules. Pay to live, you know, and therefore to live within the confines of that system, you have to work to earn taxes for them that don't necessarily go towards public services.
No.
I mean, look at the fucking water board. How many sewers are collapsing? And all year, where the fuck's your water rates going? They're giving you water with cryptosporidium in.
Yeah.
You know, the taxes you raise aren't going to fucking anywhere, but in your back pockets.
It's a good thing, though. It's a good question about that regarding the kings and that. And we all hear a lot, especially from these freemen of the land, about common law, don't we?
Yeah.
Where we all live by common law. And there's a very good rhyme. Do you remember? Have you ever heard of an actor called Stanley Holloway?
Yeah.
White one. And he used to do it a lot. But basically, cut all crap. The end bit goes that in England today, because of the Magna Charta, it means we may do as we like as long as we do as we're told.
Yeah.
And what that's alluding to is that they brought common law out when England was a republic.
Yeah.
When we got rid of Charles I, and all that happened was they just circumvented it by bringing other laws in and higher courts. So we don't recognise your law.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, freemen in the lands and things like that. I do believe there is some way around laws and things.
Well, there's loopholes. There'll always be loopholes in it until somebody closes it.
Going back to your initial question, there's the people that rule the world who are born into it.
No,
and then there is the servants.
Yeah, but how do you get into that? I mean, by using your term servant, how would you get into that position? Because they have perks, don't they? They then have perks.
Very interesting. See, this is a very interesting. It's a very interesting question. You know, some people reckon that Cameron and Obama, a lot of the American presidents were related by very distant, and a lot of the famous people and the presidents in America are kind of like related. but you have your servants, and let's go back to Corbyn again. Corbyn is outside the framework. As yet. He may actually sell out, or sadly, Corbyn might get knocked off his bike one day, run over. Corbyn might have a fucking accident like Robin Cook on a walking trip or something like that, because he's outside the framework. Now you talk about being in the framework. This is why there is so much opposition against Corbyn, because they can't control him. They have fucking Labour in the pockets now. They have the Tories. They've got everybody in the pockets. The corporations, the Illuminati, what you want to call them. But Corbyn and his followers are outside this framework, and it's like, fuck me. What do we do here? We'll have to fucking. If he were just some old, we've said this before. If he were just some daft old scrubber, you know what I mean? They go, let him have his. Let him do what he's doing. Bless him. He'll be all right. But because I know we're not going back on about him. But my point is, the vehement opposition from the fucking mainstream media towards Corbyn is fear, because he's outside of that framework. He wasn't born into it, and he isn't serving them. He wants to serve the people, where the governments we have want to serve the corporations, not us.
Unfortunately, Jimmy, we as the people are fucking daft as well, though. You're talking the British public that went and voted a fucking pink latex suit with yellow spots on as Christmas #1 once with Mr. Blobber.
The public are fucking idiots, you know.
Jimmy, and that's the problem. That's the problem.
You know, I have a theory. There's that many fucking toxins in our systems today. We're bombarded with that much fucking shit on the television from all the media, all sources, that people now who don't read and don't think and don't try and monitor the amount of toxins they put in themselves are fucked. You just, tomorrow when you're walking about, look at most people. Most people are walking around in a fucking daze. They'll bang into you, heads in the phones, and most people are fucking idiots, you know. And that's why the world's the way it is. There's only so many of the elites that control us, and there's fucking billions of us, and we're letting them, because there's divide and conquer. I'm too busy calling Barry Titler, and fucking everybody else, people from Wigan and Lear, too busy at each other's throats. Everybody's at each other's fucking throats. You know what I mean? Well, that's why there's so much division within our societies. That's divide and conquer, isn't it? And we've been
preoccupied with it.
Yeah, we've been divided so many times that we've fucking been weakened so much. But if the people stood together, and once again, there's a lot of people behind Corbyn. No matter what you think about how fucking dotty he is, or dismantle the army, things like that, they're frightened to fucking death, because it's the start of a movement. Whether he gains political momentum personally, or he just steers the Labour Party in a direction which it should be going in, you know what I mean? Not just another diluted version of the Tory Party with some prick like Andy Burnham, who's just a fucking plastic doll. You know, Ed Miliband by numbers. Anyway,
well, it's Tony Blair by numbers, and it's the blueprint of Tony Blair.
They're all the fucking same. And Tony Blair's really against Corbyn because he wants game tried for war crimes.
That's not a good thing. I've got two people turning against each other within a party. You know, end of the day, it happened, and that's it. You're not going to get him on that. But
he is so frightened of Corbyn. You know, he is frightened to death of Corbyn.
But the thing is, Jimmy, with that, they're all saying, "Oh well, we'll try Tony Blair, Gordon Brown, all that cabinet. They're all guilty of it." Even the leader of the opposition, the Conservative opposition, would have been privy to that information at the time.
There was only Robin Cook who spoke against it, and he got bumped off. And what about Dr. David Kelly, who was the what was it? Was he somebody that he knew about the weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist, and he committed suicide?
Yeah.
You know. So if Jeremy Corbyn does, I'll just say this: anybody who's been a threat to the status quo in history has been bumped off. JFK, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, even figures like Bob Marley and Lennon. Anybody who rocks the fucking boat is bumped off. So if Corbyn now appears to be a genuine threat, there's a strong chance that Corbyn might be bumped off. He might die of a heart attack. They can induce things like that nowadays. Well, they always could, really. So there's a chance. But back to your initial question, Roy. You're born into these systems, and I think a lot come from middle class and the upper class who are handpicked in East Oxford and these public schools. They're like headhunted by MI5 and MI6 and all this shit for potential roles. But it's the old adage. I'd say it's not in everything in life. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Indeed,
In talent and ability and heart, I'll go out the fucking window. So.
Anyway, mates, I think we'll leave our freestyle in a bit.
Yeah, I don't know where we went with that. What time are we on? 11 minutes, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Our longest today, I believe.
Yeah, thank you very much. Go and get yourself a cup of tea, you've earned it.